Hello and welcome to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, Logan Landers, and joining me is my co-host on Wednesdays to do these game previews. It's my guy, Jay McLovin. What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm doing well, Logan. Thank you for asking, man. I'm ready to talk some good football here, brother.
Oh, of course, and we dubbed this one before we came on the air. This is the Battle of the Logos, because if you haven't seen these logos, and if you're watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you're about to see why. And if you're watching the podcast, go watch the video or go look it up yourself, because it is a sight to behold. We're doing the UTEP Miners versus the New Mexico State Aggies. Look at all that glory, Jay. You got two teams with the cowboy hats, one with a pickaxe. You don't want some pistols over there, so you got a lot going on. And this is, like I said, this is the battle of the logos for me and Jay. So it's going to be a good game, though, all in all. And I'm ready to see it, man. College football is coming back very soon, and I'm excited to see this game. But like I said, before we get started, if you enjoyed this video or this content here today, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Sharing on Facebook is one of the best ways for us to reach a brand new audience. And we thank each and every one of you who share our content to any of your Facebook groups or anywhere else on the internet. It means the world to us. Also, please go check out our podcast. We upload every single day new game previews, legends interviews, team previews, anything and everything football related. It is over there for your pleasure, and we do it with, we love football, and we love showing all the fans that our knowledge of football and how much we love talking about it, because we upload every single day. So that lets you know that we got a lot of content about the great game with the pigskin in play of football. All right, Jay, let's do this one, buddy. Battle of the logos here between the Miners and the Aggies. Who do you got coming away with this one?
Yeah, I definitely got UTEP coming away with this. They have a good running game. They have a fairly decent passing game. And as long as both those could play within their realms, this shouldn't be a problem at all. New Mexico State has had a hard time on defense, stopping the runs and the passes. So I don't think this is going to be too much in terms of hard work for UTEP. New Mexico State might have the experience from spring ball, but the two performances against FCS teams is hardly inspiring, and that's what I kind of draw that off of. So the Miners won't dominate, but they should be able to control the game throughout, and they have enough depth to matter. So I think UTEP just has just enough depth from what they need to win. Now, New Mexico has won 3 straight in this series, but I think that this is where, they're not going to get a fourth. Now UTEP is going to step in and say, okay, you've given enough. Now it's time to take it back. And I look for 38-27 as a score in this game.
High score and a fair. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I think I'm with you, Jay. I think UTEP is going to come away with the win in this one. In the past, they've been able to get New Mexico's number, and I think that's going to continue with this game here coming up. I think that UTEP just has a better running game, like you mentioned. Their offense, it showed a good promise, and I think that, of course, they have a great wide receiving core as well, led by Jake McLovin. The guy, he's a little bit undersized, man. He's 5'11", only 170. That don't mean nothing, man. He's been doing great. Had 550 yards, 3 touchdowns in his freshman year. And then in his sophomore season, 41 catches, 691 yards, and 3 scores. So it looks like, man, he's going to be their go-to guy. And, of course, with Deion Hankins, who is their running back, I think he's going to have a great day on the running the ball, getting through them holes. I think the offense for the Miners is really what's going to shine and what's going to be the key factor in them winning this ball game. I think the defense is going to be pretty fine, too. You have Praise Amuwalu, a sophomore, 6'3", 245. And, honestly, he's probably one of the best, if not the best, pass rushers in the Conference USA. He's got 5.5 sacks, 7 tackles for losses, and 8 broken up passes in just 8 games last year. So with a full season now, I think he's really in that, with some experience, too. I think he's really going to take a step up, Jay. I think he might get – I don't know if he's going to get to it, but I think he's going to get close to that 10 sacks this upcoming season. I think Praise is going to be getting praised all over from some scouts. He's going to get some few eyes on him. And just because, these smaller schools transfers. I think that Tyron Smith, who's another wide receiver, he's coming over from JUCO out of Cisco College. I think he's going to be fine. I think that he's a good punt returner as well. So they're getting some good special teams play from their guys coming over. But going over talk about the Aggies over there in New Mexico. I think that they might struggle a little bit on offense. I think that especially in this first week, I'm not sure how it's going to be. They have a great O-line led by Sage Doxtator, 6'7", man. He's a big guy, about 330 something odd pounds. So he's got a lot of girth to him, and he's one of the best pass protectors on that team. And he's the only one coming back. He's the only returning starter from 2019. So I think the O-line might struggle a little bit. Of course, you got Omori Samuels, who's their running back. I think he's going to have a good day. And Terrell Warner, who's their junior wide receiver, he might do pretty good as well. But if I'm New Mexico State, I'm expecting Trevor Brohard, the linebacking anchor, who's a junior. I think he's going to be fine. I think, he's 6'3", 225, and he might kind of grow into one of those anchors on that defense. I mean, I know some people kind of expect him to take that leap that previous year, but I think this is finally the time for him. He's been working hard in the offseason. I think that this is the year he's going to step up and be one of the best players for this Aggies defense. I mean, he led the way with 16 tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for losses in his freshman season. So he's got that under his bag as well. Also, you got Devlin Kirkland at the safety position, who's going to be being a ball hawk throughout each and every pass. And I think that I'm with DJ. I think that overall UTEP just has the better team on paper. I think that it is going to be kind of a higher scoring affair. I think UTEP might get to that 40-point range maybe, especially with week 1. The defenses aren't set in stone yet. So I'm going to go with a big one here, Jay. I think UTEP's going to get 40, and I think New Mexico State's going to get maybe like 21. So kind of a blowout, but I think that if you like offense, definitely tune into all these week 1 games, because the defensive coordinators, this is like their worst nightmare coming up. It's week 1, man. You just got to fly. And if you're a fan of offense, you're going to love this game, I think, and all the other games that are going to be on week 1 in college football, because it's going to be fun to watch. Well, Jay, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up this video here today?
Yeah, like I said, I feel like this is UTEP. This is their time to take. New Mexico State, they've won the last 3, but this time for UTEP to step up and do what they're supposed to be doing. And it's their year. It's their year to win this or break this 3 straight games, man, and put an end to it. So go UTEP, go Miners! There
you go. Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. I think this battle of the logos here. I think UTEP's going to walk away. The Miners are going to be running that pickaxe through everybody. And the Aggies are going to run out of bullets, I think. So that's just how it's going to be for this game. Drop a comment, though, if you're watching this, though. Who do you think is going to win? The Miners or the Aggies? Will New Mexico State walk out with this? And, are they going to prove me and Jay wrong? Or are you with us? Do you think the UTEP Miners are going to walk away, break that losing streak they've had as of late, and come out with a big win and a pretty big showing? Because we got them scoring a lot of points. So drop who you think is going to win, what the final score is going to be. And, of course, we love interacting with all the fans. And we look forward to seeing what you got to comment. Hey, so for my amazing co-host, Jay McLovin, man, thanks so much for coming on, talking about this game preview. Of course, we broadcast each and every week live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch on Mondays and Wednesdays primarily. So check us out there on those days. We film early in the morning, middle of the day, like we're doing here. Of course, that's led by our amazing cast and crew with Mr. Football Vincent Turner, myself, Jeremiah Long, our amazing producer, Kevin the Bull Jones, one of the best coaches in Georgia, and of course, a former Florida State Seminole, Atlanta Falcon, Bobby Butler, for our crew. So thanks to each and every one of them for putting this content out each and every week. We love for doing this for the fans, man. And of course, if you love our content, if you're on the way to work, if you're working out, or if you're just chilling at home, come listen to our podcast. We upload each and every day. We have amazing content, like I said, game previews, team previews, legends interviews with Hall of Famers, coaches, anything and everything football, you name it, we have it over there on pretty much every single platform you can think of. And that's brought to you by the Believe Podcast Network. Like I said, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Audible, any other streaming or any other podcast service, we are there. So please go check us out and leave us a review, because we upload every single day. Well, Jay, like I said, man, thanks so much for coming on, doing this game preview with me. Absolutely. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've been your host, Logan Landers. You've been listening to the UTEP Miners versus the New Mexico State Aggies game preview coming up in just about 10 days. So drop a comment who you think is going to win. And, guys, have a safe week. Have a good weekend. And we will be back here at 100 Yards of Football next week. We'll see you soon.